Okay, so this week I chose to answer the question, how do I view those I teach? And I really thought that this was applicable to the readings that we did this week about ethnicity in the classroom. And the three personal questions that I developed from the initial question that I chose to answer were, how do I view the students of a different ethnicity than me? How can I strengthen relationships with students of a different ethnicity than me? And how can I create a positive environment for all students in the classroom? And just to jump right into things, I had really good participation from our classmates this week, and they gave me some great answers to our questions, so I'm just going to kind of summarize what they said. One of our classmates quoted D&C 1810 for my first question, and it says, "Remember the worth of souls is great in the sight of God." And she said, "I think if you just keep this in mind when you view others, it will help your perspective. God loves each and every one of his children and wants them to come to live with him again. You can help his children through teaching him." And I thought that this was a really good thought. Rather than viewing our students just based off of their ethnicity, we can view them as individuals with individual needs. And that can help us to create a better classroom environment. Another student in our class said, "I don't think that you can completely ignore someone's race. Ethnicity can often be a big part of someone's life, their personality, and the way that they view the world. I think it would be important to know about different cultures and be able to understand where a student is coming from. Our ancestors can often influence our lives just as the views of our parents can." And I also thought that that was a really good thought when considering this question, because as we view people as individuals, it's important to realize all of the dynamics affecting their individual development, and our race and our culture is a huge part of that. And so as teachers, we need to be very aware of those circumstances. The next question I asked is, how can I strengthen relationships with students of a different ethnicity than me? And one of the students in our class said, "Something I think is important is to always treat each of your students the same and have the same expectations regardless of race. I know that sounds obvious, but sometimes I feel like we think we need to treat students differently, like being extra nice to different ethnicities because we don't want to seem racist, but we can safely treat everyone the same and discipline the same. However, I think if a student of a different ethnicity comes to us with special needs or concerns, we give them special attention to meet their needs and make sure they know that even though we are different, that we respect their culture and beliefs and will work with them. I found a great article for you, and one thing I like that it says is to truly engage students, we must reach out to them in ways that are culturally and linguistically responsive and appropriate, and we must examine the cultural assumptions and stereotypes we bring into the classroom that may hinder interconnectedness." And that was a really good quote that I also really appreciated. And I think that it's important to kind of do an assessment of your classroom and look at all the different races that are in your classroom, so that you can become aware of them if needs be, and understand cultures if needs be. And I think that depends a lot on the area that you find yourself in. And so just being aware of those necessities is really important. The last question I asked is, how can I create a positive environment for all students in the classroom? And I really liked what one of our classmates said. She said, "It is important to make sure that all students are cared for, no matter what race or ethnicity they are. I don't think that it should matter what ethnicity the student is. They should be loved and respected just like other students. If we aren't careful and show more love and attention to certain students, other students may feel like they're getting special treatment, and that can lead to its own problems." So again, just stressing the importance of seeing our students as the individuals that they are, recognizing their individual needs and all the dynamics that play into those individual needs is very important for the environment in our classrooms. And that's definitely something I'm going to work on as I pursue more professional educational experiences. And that is all I have for you guys this week. Thank you for watching my presentation.